I've been noticing that it is very windy every time I go outside. So I started to think if there was a way that I could figure out if it's windy before I get outside. I started doing some research and I found that there's something called a windsock that we can use to figure out if it's windy outside. This is what a windsock looks like. How do you think we could use this to tell if it's windy outside? Keep those ideas in your mind and we'll try it at the end. You can use a lot of materials that you already have at home. Look and see what materials you need. Okay, let's get started. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put some of my glue into a baking cup. You won't need too much glue. I'm going to take a toilet paper roll. You can use a piece of construction paper and roll it into a tube if you don't have a toilet paper roll or paper towel roll. Next, I'm going to use my paintbrush and some of my tissue paper squares, and I'm going to start painting glue onto my toilet paper roll. If you don't have tissue paper, you could use anything to decorate it. You could use markers, crayons, other pieces of paper, anything you want. Okay, I've covered my whole toilet paper roll with tissue paper. Now I'm going to leave this out to dry. It's probably most helpful if you leave it standing up so that none of the glue gets on your table or floor. I'm going to leave mine and I'll be back in a little bit for the next step. While you wait, you can eat a snack, play a game, do 50 jumping jacks, try and do a perfect handstand, or have a dance party. What are you going to pick? What did you do while you waited for your tube to dry? I had a little snack. Now I'm ready to attach the longer pieces of tissue paper to the bottom of the tube. I'm going to use tape, but if you don't have tape, you could use glue for this too. I'm going to take a small piece of tape and I'm going to put it on the end of my long piece of tissue paper. Then I'm going to take my tube and I'm going to attach this to the inside. It should hang out of the bottom like this. I'll probably use 3 or 4 pieces of tissue paper. This is how it should look. The last step is to attach a piece of string to the top of our tube. I don't have a hole puncher, so I'm going to tape a piece of string to the outside. If you have a hole punch, you could punch holes on either side of your tube and string it through that way. Here's my piece of string. I'm going to attach it like this. Then it will be able to hang like this. I'm going to use Scotch tape. Now, some of you had some ideas about how to use a windsock. Where do you think I should hang this? Great ideas. I'm going to go put it out on my balcony and see if I'm able to tell if it's windy without going outside. What can you see my windsock doing? How can you tell if it's windy or not windy? You were right. It's definitely windy out here. I'm going to get back inside.